Baskalaba, oh yeah, Bongo, no be $1. Baskalaba, oh yeah, Zobo, no be Minara. Baskalaba, ah, Safran, no be Sugar. Baskalaba, oh yeah, Zobo, no be Minara. It's Graham, Papa. Till tomorrow, of no plan, good get for you. Yeah.
You're so dope, man. The Bisco Sugar on the beat.
Yet it's a beautiful morning here on the hills of Ikejile, Ijesha. This is the morning show on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Ijesha. I am your host, Paul Eteng, and with me is...
Yeah, good morning. I'm Aisha Ibrahim. Welcome to the show, and do join us on our live video on Facebook and YouTube at Vicinity 95.3 FM. Like, share, and comment on the program for this morning.
Yes, Aisha, how was your night?
Yeah.
Hope you slept well.
Well, thank God.
It seems the weather is kind of...
Cool this morning.
It's not as hot as and cold as as it normally is, you know.
Yes.
I think yesterday I was even complaining that why is the weather hot? At night I was complaining why is the weather hot, but in the morning you'd see it's very cold and I'll be complaining, why is this weather cold? So you know, we humans, we cannot satisfy humans, because even nature cannot satisfy humans, because you would see when the weather is cold, like it's cold, we want heat. When the weather is hot, we say no, we want cold. When the weather is so, you can't satisfy human beings. I mean, if nature, even our creator God cannot, is like, let's just say God cannot actually like please us, we humans, because you know, God will give us this thing, we say no, it's not supposed to be like this, I'm not supposed to be like, you understand? So then human beings, we can't, at all, we can't satisfy. When the weather is hot, we'll say we want cold. When the weather is cold, we'll say we want heat, you know. So that's, by the way, welcome on the show. And today we would be talking about, we'll be going into the aviation sector. You know, there are two stories that, aviation stories that has been making rounds on, Quam 1 first, but yes, and let's go to the another issue that happened, the Comfort lady, Comfort Emerson, Miss Comfort Emerson, who boarded the IBOM Air, you know, the IBOM Air, yes, and the flight, and she assaulted the cabin crew.
Yes.
So what is your take on this?
I don't know why, because for a cabin crew to come and meet you to do a particular thing, then it's their right to tell you this. That is why they are with you in the plane. That is why they are your attendants in the plane. If you want something, they will ask you to press the button, they will come for you. Then you want to take off, you're asked to put off your phone.
Yes.
That is something you know that you're supposed to do, because maybe there will be a regulation or something along the line when you are being taken, when the plane take off. So for your safety, for the other passenger's safety, so you're supposed to comply with whatever.
I know they said she refused to abide by safety regulations by switching off her phone before takeoff of the flight from Uyo, and also beating up the cabin crew on arrival of the flight in Lagos.
Again,
do you know? Do you feel? Let's take it to the, you know, let's bring in health. You know, health matter. Do you think sometimes some people have, I would say, mental, maybe, or psychology? Because
I don't think
because look, I mean, it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. Once you're flying, once you're boarding a flight, it's a normal thing by the rules and regulations of, you know, the aviation industry, in the aviation sector, is that you should switch off
all electrical appliances.
Now let's go to some few rules and regulations. Okay. Okay, aside the types of aircraft, okay, yes. Example, Nigerian aviation rules. Under the Nigerian Civil Aviation Regulation, no aircraft may fly without an open air operator certificate AOC to commercial use, minimum fuel requirement, strict adherence to visual flight rules. You know, those are for the now let's go to the passengers. Yes, for the pilot. Now let's go to the passenger. Before boarding, valid travel documents, you know, those ones are necessary. Baggage rules, security screening. And once they are now on board, follow crew instructions. Cabin crew directions are for your safety and must be obeyed at all times. Now, if you want to do like we say over Sabi, these are people that are, you know, it's their job. You understand? It's their job to tell you, to give you instructions. I mean, you know, you are putting your life and the life of other passengers at risk.
Yes.
Because, and now they say seatbelt rules, keep it fastened when seated, especially during takeoff, landing, and turbulence. Okay.
Even before takeoff, they do that.
Yes.
Directions of how they, you know.
Okay, if the cabin crew tells you to please fasten your seatbelt, yes, and you decide, I am not fastening my seatbelt, so they should not tell me what to do. At the end of the day, when the plane takes off, you are the one that will get injured. If not, in case of, the person might die. Yes, you understand? Yes. And they say electronic devices. Now, electronic devices. This is the rules and regulations of, you know, aviation. Electronic devices. Switch off or put devices in flight mode when instructed.
The emphasis on when instructed. Because I know nowadays we are addicted to our phone. But once you reach a particular place and you are being instructed to do this thing, then it's for your own safety.
It's for your own safety.
So I don't know why you being instructed to do a particular thing is harmful. It got to something that you'll be assaulting the cabin crew. After your safety, they're after your protection.
Okay, after these people are, you know, it's their job to ensure that, you know, the passengers on board are let's say are safe. You understand? Because if anything wrong should go on, who would be held responsible? It's the
cabin.
Yes, it's the flight, it's the aircraft company. You understand? That will be held responsible because they will feel like, they'll be charged for negligence. You understand? So you know, and they say, however, and now the lady has been sent to Kirikiri Correctional Center in Lagos following her arrangement by the police, while the airline operators of Nigeria Airlines has placed an indefinite flight on her.
All right, talking about this Emerson girl, on social media there's a comment saying, funny enough, the person that boarded the plane with the lady, she was like, funny enough, I was on this flight and this babe sat right next to me across the aisle. We were on the emergency row. When she came in, you could tell she was a lungs there, who also was paying her small. One of the air hostess, the one that she slapped, was very polite and helpful during the flight, and came and told the girl to switch off her phone for takeoff and so on. After she left, another air hostess came and really spoke down on the girl. The girl told her the button on her phone for switch off was not working, said by Emerson. The woman replied that it is an iPhone and does not need a button. The girl said she does not know how to do it. The woman told her to go to settings and so on, you know, those settings for her to switch off her phone. The girl said, please take my phone and do it. Take my phone and do it. I cannot read, I am not literate. The woman said, I don't have time for your nonsense. I'm not touching your phone, blah, blah, blah.
You know, okay, now
it's like it's two that came.
Now side of someone on board the flight. Now, so now let's say with one air hostess was rude, you know. Now, let's say the issue now is, you know, when two wrongs cannot make a right.
Yes, yes.
Two wrongs cannot make a right, because the air hostess now was rude. You know, this is someone that was on the flight. Yes, so the issue now is the air hostess. Her manner of approach was not professional.
Right. Yes. So
the first air hostess was professional. You know, as an air hostess, as a cabin crew, you have to be professional. You know, it's a job.
It's your job.
It's your job. You have to be professional. You shouldn't talk down on anyone, no matter the status of the person. You shouldn't talk down on anyone, because, I mean, fine, she could be, you know, an illiterate. You know, it might be someone. You know, there are some people that are. It's the first time of flying. You know, and she might not. We don't know if the lady was actually lying, that her power button cannot, you know, it's not working, it's not functioning, and then it's just a matter of the cabin crew. You know, their job is to assist.
Yes.
If she feels like, oh, she might be okay, no problem, take your phone, and then you switch it off. You understand? It's your job, you know. But some people don't like the fact that I mean, I understand that, yes, we don't like the fact that we should be, you know, people, you know, talking down on us, and as for someone that, you know, you're working, you're serving the people, we don't always like the fact that, you know, we should, like, someone else should talk down on us. So the cabin crew was rude, and it was wrong.
Then she retaliated.
Yet, and then she, you know, the passenger actually, like, retaliated, you know, being, like I said, two wrongs cannot make a right. So I think the best, you know, it brings us to the Kwamwon airport story, you know, about the same issue of him going in front for refusing so
refusing it to take off.
Yes, so I think the best thing now is for the aviation sector to put, I think, strict rules, you understand, and to caution their passengers, and most especially cabin crew, you understand, because some cabin crews, you know, they might be rude. I've never had experience of any rude, you know, but there are some people that actually might fly and have experience with this cabin crew. But if they say switch off your phone, please abide by the rules, and regulations. And fighting, having physical altercation with the person, you know, it's not right, because it's not fighting, it's not advisable. Yes,
come on you,
of course. And now you see she is now in Kirikiri prison. So the aviation sector should do something about it, you know, screen these cabin crews thoroughly, so we won't have any you know, issues like this. So we'll be right back.
We're not here anymore. It all comes down to who we are and what we stood for, not what we had and not where we lived. So when we're told it does, maybe then we'll see we don't just have to keep our heads above the water. Not if we don't wanna. If there's something you wanna do, just do it. Don't let your head stop your heart from moving. If there's someone you wanna talk to, hold on to it. If we just live on love, we all just need to live more and love more. So hug your kids, tell them you love them, have some heart, and make sure it's open. Make that risk, 'cause time can slow, but maybe speak less and listen more. Life's too short, you only have one. It might sound cliche, but your life can start when you choose it to. When you choose it to. 'Cause if there's something you wanna do, just do it. Put your hands up on fire. There's someone you wanna talk to. Hold on to it. If we just live more and love more. Hold on to it. If we just live more. just live more and love more.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your brand or launch your hustle for enhanced value? Vicinity 95.3 FM Ikejile, Ijesha, Osho State is calling on public and private establishments to advertise your goods and services. With our wider reach in Osun, Ondo, Ogun, Ekiti, Kwara, Oyo, and Kogi states, let's push your products and services to a new height. For more information on advert placement, partnership, or program sponsorship, please call Giwa on 081 12 499 685 081 12 499 685 or OLUWAFUNKE on 070 6106 3557. We offer only premium services at Vicinity 95.3 FM.
Vicinity FM, Ogalaje, Adiola Noiti, Magbo, mo fọwọ́ sọ̀yà, believe well that follow. Vicinity FM, àwa ní bàbá.
I remember those days when no lighter, no ganja, no friends. I remember those days when we had to buzz to get friends. I hustle my way up, I did it all alone. I brought all my brothers up, let them see me shine bright. Holy Michael, Holy Gabriel, Holy Alfred, Holy you. Baba bless me, make them envy. The way I'm flexing, the money lasting. Holy Michael, Holy Gabriel, Holy Alfred, Holy you. Baba bless me, make them envy. The way I'm flexing, the money lasting.
Yes, welcome back. It's still the morning show here on Vicinity 95.3 FM Ikejile, Ijesha, and we have some comments on our Facebook page. We have from Ogundele Olubumi Daniel, who says well done. We also have from Engineer Sunday, who says well done, and Kbes Komolafe, good morning. Yes, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
This morning. Do like, share, and comment on the program, the morning show on Vicinity 95.3 FM.
Yes. So now, the story of ADC, which is the African Democratic Congress, ADC, accuses EFCC of witch hunt as Tambuwa held over alleged 189 billion naira breach. This money is you hear, doesn't it fascinate you? How would one person have
billion naira?
Billion, yeah? This person stole 1 billion, 1 trillion. I don't understand. Look, Aisha, if 50 million is in my account, I'll be having. See, Bele go dey turn me. You understand? Like Bele go dey. I'll be having butterflies in my stomach because 50 million in my account. Like, you know what it means? You check your account, you're seeing 50 million. 50 with 6 zeros, like
no, 6 zeros.
50.
8.
No,
7 zeros.
50 million now.
50 million.
Not 50, no, 50 million.
Oh,
That is
okay.
50 and then 6 zeros.
Wow.
You know, you'd be wondering, like, how would you be?
First, I won't know what to do.
You know, that you know you you know that at that moment.
That moment, I'll be like in my account.
50 million.
It's not for someone.
It's not for someone. No, I not. You know, you'll be looking at it like more. This money, what would I do? And now that we have people, you know, having this money, and they'll say the loot, you know, looting this money. And the African Democratic Congress ADC has accused the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) of engaging in selective investigations and operating as a political tool for the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). The denunciation came as the commission yesterday detained former governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwa, over alleged illegal withdrawal of more than 189 billion naira during his tenure. Withdrawal of more than 189 billion naira. So now, do you feel that they say, EFCC, that is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, are engaging in selective investigation and operating as a political tool for the ruling All Progressive Congress? Now, do you feel that EFCC, there are some people, or let's say some political figures that EFCC actually, like, should I say, turn a blind eye to, like, now, it's in the ADC's words, not in ours. The ADC's words, they are, accusing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, of engaging in selective investigation. Now, do you feel that sometimes, let's say, there are some people that you see that are not supposed to be walking freely, and you hear that, this person, stole how many billions of naira while in office? And do you think the EFCC should actually be more strict with this, politician? I mean, nobody's above the law.
Actually, I don't think the EFCC are being selected, because recently we read that EFCC said all these abandoned estates. Yes, that they are all for politicians or something like that. And maybe once they are done with their tenure or something, there's no money to redevelop it or something. I don't think they are being selective. It seems like they are doing their work, and maybe it depends on whatever information they heard from a particular source, and maybe that source is a confirmed source. So they have to go there, they have to do their work as the EFCC, the Economic
Financial Crimes Commission.
They have to do their work. So I don't think they are being selective.
And when you talk about these abandoned houses, where I am coming from, Abuja, sometimes you see some estates abandoned, like just there. Sometimes, and you see, EFCC actually, doing their work, because there are some houses that you see was sealed off, like mansions, like when you say mansions, like big houses, you say sealed off, EFCC sealed this house, and no trespassing, and you see some houses, some estates uncompleted, let's say maybe it's remaining windows, just abandoned, and sometimes it belongs to these people that actually, siphon money while in, of high caliber while in office. And now, Tambuwa who also served as a Speaker of the House of Representatives from 2011 to 2015, and also the Governor of Sokoto. He governed Sokoto from 2015 to 2023. I know when most of the times they leave, you hear that, EFCC has picked up this person because of, let's say, while in office, they notice some loopholes, of money being siphoned. And so we feel like now the ADC are saying the EFCC are having selective investigations. Now, would we say because the ADC is, normally in politics you have the opposition party would be accusing the ruling party, it's and then when the opposition gets in power and the EFCC takes up maybe one of the person from the opposition party which became the ruling party, then the ruling party which became the opposition party would say the EFCC are selecting. Now, do you now feel like it's because it's two different parties now, that is why they're saying that EFCC are being selective in their investigation? And now, if it's the other way around, the other party that they are saying the EFCC are working for would say the EFCC are also working for this. So do you think
like I said earlier, it depends on the source.
On the source,
Yes, the source where they get their information. If it is APC, they might say same thing.
Okay.
If it is that okay, it's maybe let's say for example APC or any other ruling party, they might say same thing that okay, this. If it was that the ADC is the ruling party and APC, let's say for example, if it was that ADC is the ruling party and APC is the opposition party, for example, if it is that, the APC will also say something like that.
Yes, actually. So but what do you, our listeners, think? You can drop a comment on our Facebook page, or if you would like to call, you can call us on 0813 237 1268, 0813 237 1268. In the words of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, which accuses the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, of engaging in selective investigations and operating as a political tool for the ruling All Progressive Congress. These are the words of ADC, it's not our words. So what do you think? Do you think it's because it's politics, two-side, the position and the ruling, and if it was the tables were like turned, the ruling party that the ADC are accusing now, do you think the ruling party would still accuse? So you can give us your thoughts, drop a comment on our Facebook, and you can call us on our phone line. So now, I'm still talking about the money. Aisha, that one is a lot though. 189 billion. And sometimes you wonder what we can never be, should I say, we can never be satisfied with money, because even the richest person on earth is still the richest person on earth still working. Yes, you cannot say because he's
I can't just
he's the richest man. You have to continue. So now in a statement yesterday signed by its National Public Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi, the ADC alleged that the EFCC recent actions were eroding public trust in the institution and undermining the real fight against corruption. Now, according to the ADC, the Commission's pattern of reopening closed cases and targeting opposition figures was a clear indication that it was being used to intimidate and silence government critics. The party cited instances where investigations into allies of the ruling party appeared to fade away, while opposition figures were subjected to public scrutiny over decade-old allegations. So, these are the words of the ADC.
Away from everything I hope to be, I am one step closer to the finish line. I know that every stride will lead me to my destiny, and I'm one reach away from taking what is mine. Never to tear you down. I'll be morning, oh, I'll make everything alright. Oh I'll make everything alright. I'll be there to light your fire when the lights try to burn you out. I'll be filling your world with truth, a truth that you will never doubt. Oh, and yes, there will be storms and lightnings and raging seas. Oh, I'll be your captain and you'll be alright.
Okay. Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. This is the morning show on Vicinity 95.3 FM.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, on
Please,
the
can you
phone we
tell
have
us your name? Yes, sir.
Moritala Agbola is my name.
Okay, welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you for having me
Yes,
once
sir.
again.
So, sir, now let's go to the aviation sector. The case of the lady, Miss Comfort Emerson, who is actually in Kirikiri prison because of the issue she had with air hostess, the Ibom air hostess, who was, they had a fight that made she was taken off the air. So what do you have to say about it? Do you think the lady was wrong, or it's an issue with the Ibom air hostess?
Thank you once again for having me. Well, I'm a bit shocked when people are surprised about what happens. The incidences of this. It is not one-off thing. It is the system that allows that. And what's the system? The Nigerian system is a system full of impunity. There are no consequences for actions. And that's why, for me, when I talk, particularly to people in the media, what I do say is that even when we talk about fighting corruption, we can't fight corruption. Why? Because the laws are not being complied with. Now, this lady is not the first one. Remember, there's this one. In fact, people have even tagged this one Quam 2.
Quam 2, yes.
Now, if you like, there was even Quam 0. And that's what Adams Oshiomale.
Yes.
The sitting senator.
Yes.
Very good. So, you see, let me tell you this, my brother. Look, we have laws because what makes laws effective is a sanction that accompanies law. Break the law and you are in for it. No matter your position. But in Nigeria, people will tell you, do you know who I am? And once you said it, Kwamwa said it. Look, law must be respected in a democracy. There must be rule of law. And one of the components of rule of law is equality before the law. No matter how highly placed you are. It's unfortunate the young, look, you have Quam 0, Quam 1, Quam 2, now Quam 2 is in Kirikiri.
Yes.
Now, the issue is this. Well, maybe from you start here, and I know this case is not going to end there. The other time, Quam 1 was talking to the president. I'm sorry, you may not be a Yoruba, whether you are Yoruba, but Yoruba listeners will listen. In Yoruba, there is culture and there is respect. After the death of Quam 1's mother, he was talking to the president, and this sends him, my brother. Kosi demands that you use that is in Yoruba language. For Yoruba listeners, they understand what I'm saying. You be respectful to an elderly person. He may not be your parent, But the culture is you have to respect elders. Was he was using that? That wasn't one. That wasn't the first time, or maybe part of the problem she had. Then there was this incident too again at his mother's burial. The affair she referred to, but that's was your personalism. But the issue at stake now, because the lady maybe she's not from a big family or he doesn't have connection, she is there. Although what she too did was wrong. For God's sake, what does it take us to obey laws?
Yeah.
What does it take us to obey laws? So we need to respect laws. Period.
I know there was a lady.
Sorry, please let me add this.
Okay.
Wasu's case should not end there.
Yes, sir.
You know, they say they are conducting investigation.
Yes.
Let's give them that indulgence. By the time they investigate, they finish with their investigation, the case must be taken to court. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And before we come back to the Kwam one, now the lady, there was a post on social media where someone who was on board the flight with the lady said that the first air hostess was actually being professional, and the second air hostess was a bit rude to the lady, even though she tried to tell her to switch off her phone, and the lady said her power button is not working, that the air hostess should help her, should do it for her, and then the air hostess was rude. Now, do you think that the aviation sector has to be thorough with this air hostess, because we don't know, some people might have might have experienced maybe one or two rudeness from them. Now, what do you have to say about this air hostess and the aviation sector?
Thank you very much. You see, I agree. It could have happened that way. That the air hostess was not cautious enough, was not decency about going about things. You know, the way we react. And sometimes as human beings, our mood also affects us. But we should not allow our mood to dictate what we do. On the part of the lady, comfort, you see, anything that affects, we are talking about plane.
Yeah.
Anything that affects them, affect the entire persons in the crew, including the crew and the passengers.
Yes.
So sometimes, even when it is so, sorry, I have a problem with this thing. Can you even help me? Like you said, the second lady, professional was trying to do. Fine, that is good. But you see, generally, because there is this mentality of Nigerians not want to doing the right thing. Now, so you want to, even when you are wrong, you still want to stand on your ground that what you are doing is right. So in the case we have started now, the investigation must be carried out. But the preliminary information we have at our disposal is that a young lady came, air hostess came, tried to talk to her, and she said the button is faulty, the other one came. So all these things, we have to be professional. And after this incident, I think the airline operators, NCAA, FAAN, and the aviation industry must do something. They must investigate and do thorough and give the proper resolutions to some of these conflicts. But it must not be in the aviation industry alone. It affects the totality of our being in our society. Even when we are, somebody will drive recklessly. And when you go, do you know who I am? All this mentality must stop. We must be obedient to the laws.
And before we move forward, the Kwam 1, according to NCCA, that is Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, on Sunday said that the case of the musician Wasiu Ayinde, which is known as Kwam 1, at the airport could be considered an act of terrorism in many countries. I mean, we have seen cases of, abroad where someone would be, called a terrorist, because of a singular act that maybe we might take for granted. Now, the NCC has come out to say that the airport incident could be considered an act of terrorism in other countries. Now, do you feel that immediately it happened, it should have been, the case should have been taken up, it shouldn't have been taken, lightly?
Well, you see, let me start with the first question, aspect of the question. Now, terrorism, yes, because under the law, if you try to obstruct a plane from taking off or doing anything that will impede the free flow of the airplane, is terrorism. But you see, the average mentality may be that, okay, you have to carry gun, you have to carry this. Now, if by chance, for whatever it is, something has happened, maybe the plane had collided with him, and something has happened in the air or anything like that, some people may have lost their life, and that's also act of terrorism. So in that aspect, you see, we don't have to get to the foreign countries before we know this is an act of terrorism. Now, whether it was likely, NCAA and FAN initially punished only the pilots. But it was the minister that came and said, no, justice must be imposed on him, that he cannot access any airport, either local or international. Now, the latest on that is that it's not even 6 months. It is until the investigation is over. So I think the minister did the right thing.
Okay, so thank you very much. Now, sir, away from the aviation sector, the African Democratic Congress, ADC, has accused the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, of engaging in selective investigations and operating as a political tool for the ruling All Progressive Congress concerning the issue of the former governor of Sokoto, known as Governor Tambuwal, of illegally withdrawal of more than 189 billion naira during his tenure. Now, do you think that the ADC coming out to say this is because, the APC are the ones in the ruling party now, and if it was a situation whereby it was the reversed, it would be All Progressive will still say the same thing if the ADC was in power? Do you think it's an issue because it's political, or let's say the EFCC actually being selective in their investigations?
Thank you very much. It's again borders on what I said initially, impunity. Now, I will answer this question in 2 ways. The first answer is, did he illegally withdraw that money? 1A. Now, if he did, what shows that he should not be prosecuted? It's very simple. Look, you see, the problem we have in Nigeria, the system we practice, we may call it democracy, but I think it's more of elitocracy, or if you like, elitism. The system made for the interest of the elite and to protect the elite. Now, the man is in ADC today. If he doesn't have any case, let him go to the court and tell the court, no, I didn't do this. Simple. Whether it's in ADC or not, I agree as a Nigerian that there is selective prosecution. I agree. Obasanjo that started it, he was accused of the same thing. So this accusation will go on. But what matters is, did he do it? If you didn't do it, then go to the court and explain to them. What the court needs is evidence. Tender your evidence. I didn't do it. But you see, forget about all these sentiments. Sentiment because it's in the so if you are in the opposition party, it now entitles you to steal our money, public bond. No, it shouldn't be so. Look, I had a personal experience. In the last place I worked, there was an allegation against me. All that I had in my home was that the police invited me, and I went there. In fact, I even shocked the police. I was asked to report by 10 a.m., but I went there at 9 o'clock. And I tendered my evidence, and I was apologized to. Mr. Man, please go home. The evidence we have. They did their investigation and came to that conclusion. You see, we shouldn't hide on that. Look, if you hold a public office, it's a public trust. You live there one day. Whether you are in opposition, in the opposition, they'll feel like that because Adam Oshiomhole, the sitting senator now, which I mentioned the other time, a former governor, a former labor leader, when he became the chairman of APC, did say some time ago that whatever sins you commit, if you defect into their party APC, then your sins will be forgiven. Such utterance was very careless. It was very unstatemanly, and you see, it is capable of being given different interpretation. So if we are not picking up Tambua, who is of the ADC. And there are other people too that have been alleged in APC and they are not being picked up. Natural suspicion is that, because they are in the ADC. But the law is that if you commit a criminal offense, it has no time bound. So which means if you are not picked now, some time will come that they will pick you. And for those who are in APC and who also have baggage in their bag, a time will come. If not this government, another government will come that will pick them up. Because criminal offense do not have timelines. We are too sentimental as a people. We are too subjective. That is the problem we have.
Right.
Thank you
Thank you very much, Mr. Muritala Agboala, who is a social affairs analyst and economist and historian. Thank you so much for joining us on the show and giving us your insights into this topic.
It's always a pleasure. Thank you for also giving me the opportunity.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's all we can take for today on today's morning show. We appreciate your time and your, listening to us, and this is where we wrap it up on the show. I am Paul Eteng, and the executive producer of this show is OLUWAFUNKE Aisha, and a big thank you to the studio manager, Precious Ajibode.
And to the executive producer, Akolade, Akolade, I say thank you for bringing this program to life. Till tomorrow, where we'll bring another topic to discuss on the program Morning Show. I am Aisha Ibrahim. Do have a great day.
The D's, Rosie Perez, and yes, barely passed any and every class, looking at every ad, cheated on every test. I guess this is my dissertation, homie. This is basic. Welcome to graduation. Good morning.